as hockey was ending, and then how everything after hockey gets started. Could you, for the people that haven't heard this, the steps, could you speak about it?
Well, as you mentioned earlier, I was playing in the International Hockey League. I knew at one time I wanted to get into coaching, management, more management than coaching, but I was still a young person. I was 27, 28 years old, and I just decided, you know what, I'm going to start my own business. And I can remember that summer I was a free agent, and I had every team calling me as far as minor pro, the I, the American League, and I said, no, I'm committed. I'm going to start this, and I started my Porta-John business in Michigan and Ohio. And
what made you go into the Porta-John business?
I had a friend that had a business in the north part of Detroit, and I watched how successful he was. And it's I got all the lines. Some of them I can't use here, but
everybody needs that facility. I've met somebody who does it.
That's right. So started with 25 units, and by the time I sold it 4 years later, I had over 1,500 units. So it was something that got us started, my wife and I, and with our family, and having my daughter Chelsea. So. But it would have happened that year, everything was going good, and then about March, Rick Dudley called me one day, and I'll never forget, it was a Sunday morning, and I'm in Toledo, Ohio, at my house. He's in Flint, Michigan, and he said, what are you doing? I said, I'm doing what I do on Sunday. I'm working on my trucks and my business. He said, you want to play hockey today? I said, what? And he said, I'm short players. I only got 11 players. We got a game at 1:30. In Flint. It's like 9:30 in the morning in Toledo, 2 hours away. For some reason, I had refused all year because I had other calls, and I said, okay, I'll come. And I can remember walking in the house, I said to my wife, I said, you want to go to a hockey game today? She goes, where? I said, in Flint. Why? I said, I told Rick I'd come up there and help him today. She goes, what? You haven't skated in 9 months. I said, I told him I'd play. So I can remember loading up the car, go up there, got up there like at 1:45. Dressed, introduced myself, didn't know any of the players, of course. Yeah. Went out and played that night.
You had 1-1.
1-1. Did you? That's funny. I didn't remember that. And that was a Sunday. And so Rick said, can you help me out the next few games? And the Wednesday game, I looked. The Wednesday game was in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Well, on Wednesdays, I happened to do the west side of the state of Ohio. So I looked at my calendar. I said, I can make it there. So I actually drove to the game that night. I had my pump truck with me, my 500 gallons of sewage there, and pulled into the parking lot. I had my rubber boots on and everything else. And I walked in the locker room. I said, okay, I'm ready to go. That was the second game. And then he convinced me. I think I took the next one off because I had to get things in line, and then the rest is history.
Well, what a great way to create time and space. You come in with your the sewage truck. I mean,
right.
You should have a lot of room on the ice.
Yeah.